Word at Randy Sanders. And I don't take God's word for granted. I wanted to give the people something that would give them the desire to want to give their life to Christ, and in turn, their lives are turned around and they ain't got to be a Randy Sanders. They can, come up and help us feed people. Amen. If I could give a topic to just a short subject today, I'm not going to hold y'all long. I'm not long-winded. If I could give a topic to a message this morning, is having a heart to love God. Amen. I thank God that as I pray and I give my time to God, I said, Lord, on my knees, I said, Lord, I want to love you. Not for what you're able to do for me, but just the very essence, Lord, I want to love you for who you are. Amen. A lot of times people go to God and they pray and they ask him for things. And that's good, because God do bless his people. Yes. As a matter of fact, I know that he reigns on the just as well as the unjust. You see people around you that don't even serve God, and they say they're getting blessed. You see them with new cars, they get good jobs. And sometimes it makes you question yourself like, well, God, I'm living right, but look like the blessings don't come to me. Well, there's a time and a season for everything, y'all. Amen. I kind of made some notes. I said, oftentimes we put our all into other things, which is our heart. A lot of times we put our trust into things, and we put our all into things. And when I say all, let me break it down. When we put our all into things, it's a scripture that I hear coming to me now. It says, wherever your heart is where your treasure's at. So the question I want to ask is, where is your heart? I know we hear this message all the time, in and out, in and out. But God will use people to, it be the same message, but it's taught from a different angle. Amen. Can I take y'all to a different angle? A lot of times when I and I use my life as an example. I use my life as an example. Dad told it, but you can't tell it like I tell it. Yeah, I ran.
That's right.
I backslided. Yes. Not proud of it, because it was just that much harder for me to come back. But I was one of the blessed ones, and I wouldn't say take this chance, because everybody don't get a chance like Brother Tim do to come back. Amen. Yes, I backslided. And I turned my back on God. But it was the worst thing I could have done, y'all. It was a many a night. If I could sit and tell y'all, it had to have been somebody praying for me. It had to have been the mercy of God. I know God's mercy is true, but don't ever gamble your life like that. There was a lot of nights, y'all, that I was partying and giving into worldly things. I'm not going to get into a lot of detail, but it was a many nights I should have been dead. I should have been dead. But God knew that this day was going to happen today. I'm able to stand up here and tell somebody a testimony. Amen. I used to do it all. Drink, drug, and run women, everything else. I did it all. A lot of, yes, amen, just sin. A lot of times, we hear mom and dad, we hear other people talking about sin. And that's true. At the basis of it, it's all sin, amen. But when you hear somebody that experienced it, it's a different thing. Amen. I can tell sister such and such, it's wrong to do that, and this is what's going to happen. But I can tell you from experience what happens when you do it. I done been there and done that. Amen. Amen.
Amen. That's helping somebody.
Amen. Amen. Oftentimes we put our heart into things that we shouldn't. Amen. Amen. Let's turn to Colossians chapter 3. Amen. Amen. Y'all just bear with me. I was been a little bit better prepared, but you know how Dad do. I'm going to come the best way I can. Amen. Can I take my time? Hey, all right. I feel good now. I know I'm in the right church. I know I'm in my home church. I don't feel so uncomfortable. I feel good. It says, if ye then be risen with Christ, seek those things which are above, where Christ sitteth on the right hand of God. Set your affection on things above and not the things on the earth. Amen. You know, a lot of times I used to put my heart into trying to please man. You know, we was talking about that in the Sunday school this morning. I had something I wanted to say, and I guess I can say it now that I got the platform. I was trying to be pleasing to people at work. It's this one particular guy, and I'm not going to say his name because I know we got cameras on, and he may tune in, you never know. But it's this one particular guy at work. He's always negative. He can't never find nothing good to say about the job. Either pay is wrong. If they give us a bonus, they didn't give us enough. If they give us a little bit of assignment, he's mad because they didn't give us enough assignment. Or it's always something negative that he's got to say. And so when I come in, I'm singing my song, and I'm happy and I'm joyous. And he hates that. He hates it. He hates it because my light is shining, and I can't say nothing positive. But when he come to me and talking about the job, I said, well, it's a blessing we got one. Amen. There's a lot of people there's a lot of people in the employment line looking for a job. Amen. But we got one. Okay. Y'all bear with me now. I'm going to go to Colossians chapter 2 now. This is from some of the notes I take when I'm studying my Bible every day. If you know anything about studying, I study my word every day. Amen. 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 It said, wherefore ye be dead with Christ from the rudiments of the world, why as through living in the world are ye subject to ordinances. Touch not, taste not, handle not, which all are to perish with the using after the commandments and doctrines of men, which these have indeed shew of wisdom, and will worship in humility, neglecting of the body, not in the honor to satisfy in the flesh. Basically, what I got out of that scripture was, and what God gave me was, you party, you try to make friends with people who ain't your friends. You get into these toxic relationships, you know, things that you shouldn't be involved in. All that stuff is going to perish. But we need to put our hope and put our trust and put our everything into God. And then, I like what it says in verse 21. It said, taste, touch not, taste not, handle not. I asked my wife, and you know, we converse a lot of times about the word of God. And we was on the live one day, and I asked, I said, what is your definition of holiness? And she gave me the right answer. I said, okay, yeah. But if I could share what she told me, in which we all know, all the believers know, holiness is simple. It simply means being set apart. Different than the world. We're not of the world. We in the world, but we're not of this world. Amen. And when we set apart, we don't touch and we don't associate and we don't come close to things that are of sin or the sinful nature. Amen? Okay. All right. And this is going to be interesting, y'all, when I say this here. You know, we can do anything we put our mind to do. You know, I don't believe there's nothing that we can't do that we don't, if we try hard enough, we can do. I wrote a comment from a book I was reading, in this little insert says, we never do anything we don't want to do.
That's true.
Amen. Let me say it one more time just in case it didn't sink in. We never do anything we don't want to do. Okay? It says, I no longer want to do the holy thing, I want to be the holy thing. Is that good? Let me read it one more time. It says, I no longer want to do a holy thing, I want to be a holy thing. Obedience that is only on the outside but doesn't involve the heart is not true obedience. We got to want to serve God and want to do right because it's in us to do it. I heard a lot of people say, oh, it's hard to do right. I don't see how y'all got all this joy. And how can you be perfect? How can you be perfect? It starts from the heart. It starts from the inside and it comes out. You have to have that spirit, that heart of obedience. You know, it's kind of like me. And I always use my wife. I'm going to use my wife for example today. How can I say I love her and I'm always looking at other women? How can I say that I love her and I'm always in other women's faces and doing things and mistreating her and calling her all out of her name? Yes, sir. You know, but that's not love. But if I love her, it's not hard for me to be faithful. Amen. If I love her, it's not hard for me to cuss her out. If I love her, it's not hard for me to treat my wife right because it's love. And it's not hard to do because it comes from the inside. Amen. So when we love God, amen, if we love God, it ain't hard to be obedient to what He says. Because we know that when we be obedient to God, He loves us and He blesses us and He gives us what we need every day. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, God.
Amen. It says, okay, what else did I put down here? It said, spiritual legalism, having a religious law book of do's and don'ts. I think when I was writing that down, I was looking at the fact that, you know, we all born and we taught right from wrong. Even before we give our life to Christ, it's something that God put in our heart to when you know if you go and steal a piece of gum out this store, it's wrong to do. Right. You ain't got to be saved to know that, right? You ain't got to be saved to know that if you cuss in class and the teacher hear it, what's going to happen? I know we got a lot of youth here, so I got to try to break it down to the youth a little bit too. We know that it's wrong when we do certain things if we do it, it's the wrong thing to do. So if we can make legal laws and things of that nature here in the world, why is it so hard for us to obey the laws of God? And it's simply the 10 Commandments. You know?
That's so true.
Romans chapter 3, verse 23.
Amen.
Can I get somebody to read it for me? Romans chapter 3.
For all have sinned
and come short of the glory of God.
Amen. So there's nobody in this room that's perfect. You know, when I'm speaking this, I'm not speaking this to Jesus. I know Jesus is not in. He's in the house, but none of us is Jesus. We ought to be like Jesus, but none of us are Jesus. He's the only one that walked in this land perfect. So we all didn't feel short.
Amen.
But basically what I'm saying is, y'all, and I'm going to grab my seat. I thank God for the opportunity to stand up here. And next time Daddy calls, I'm going to be even more prepared. Amen. I'm ready to tear down the house again, y'all. But, you know, we got to have a heart to serve God. A lot of people put their heart in things. You know, sis got up. Well, this was doing that play. Y'all had to play it, and you got up and you spoke afterwards.